Hello, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, males and females. I'd like to welcome you to the Alex Bloodfire stream here on YouTube this evening. Welcome. We've got lots to talk about on the gender ideology front. Lots happened as usual. So much things keep happening in gender on the topic of gender ideology. So we've got masses to talk about. But first, I'd like everyone to know that I'm quite excited because on Gettr, they have launched DMs, direct messages, as it's never been on there before. I mean, lots of other platforms have had it for quite a while, but it's so big on Gettr because Gettr is better. Gettr is brilliant. So just wanted to announce that if you haven't got an account on Gettr, go over there and get one. And now we can DM. As many of you know, that my Twitter account has been locked because I shared an article which generated a photograph well before Twitter changed the rules on photographs, and I have wrongly been accused of breaking the rules. So my account's locked. So I've taken refuge on the greatest and fastest growing social media platform, Gettr. My username, as on all sites, is Alex Bloodfire. So if you want to head over there and follow me, like my Gettrs, please feel free. But it is a good platform, and I think this is a platform that's going to take off as well. So there we go. And with this great development on Gettr, I'd like to announce my competition, because you can simply DM me your entry. So all you have to do now is direct me a message, the entry, and that's it. Simple. So I think that's how I'm going to launch the competition. I've got 3 books up for grabs. So this is Brock Steele Sphere by Alex Bloodfire, me, okay, and I've got 3 of these up for grabs. No matter whereabouts in the world you live, you can enter the competition. They will be mailed out to you anywhere in the world, so that doesn't really matter. I'll read it out, actually, what you're actually going to win. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, a little bit of what's on the back of what you're going to win. So Brock Steele knows his name and very little else. After a vicious attack in mysterious circumstances, Brock's memory has abandoned him. He has no idea why he's been hounded by a mysterious man with a gun, or why bad things keep happening to the people he loves, and why a strange voice is talking to him from the walls of his flat. When he's forced to go on the run to save his life, he has to decide who to trust, and making a mistake could be fatal. Can Brock find out who he is, why he's been haunted, and stay alive into the bargain? Brock Steele Sphere, competition up for grabs. So what we're going to do in order to win one of these 3 paperbacks of my brilliant spy adventure fiction novel, it's quite good. All you need to do is simply get over to Gettr and DM me the answer to the following question. Okay, what is 007's name? That's the British Secret Service agent. So again, that's the British secret agent working for MI6 007. The character, who was written and created by Ian Flemming and appeared in 25 movies, including Doctor No, Russia with Love, Goldfinger, You Only Live Twice, Moonraker. All I want to know is who the character's name is. And all you need to do is DM the character's name of 007, okay, his name, and to Alex Bloodfire. The link is all in the description below. So all you need to do is just click on that link. It'll take you to Gettr. You can find me on there. I mean, the link's there for you to find me. Just DM me what 007's name is, and then the competition starts now, okay, and it will run, it's going to be running all month and closes on the 31st of July 2022 at midnight. Okay, so after that the competition will end. I'll put all the people in a hat and pick out 3 names, and then I will mail these onto you. So I'll contact you by DM back for the winners, and I'll mail you the books on. So I'm quite excited about that competition. You should be as well. It's a really good story. It's still available if you want to actually, you can't wait, or you want to read it on electric or Kindle or whatever, the electric what do you call it? It's not electric, is it? It's download. If you want to get it on download like Kindle, it's at the moment it's only $299, so it's it's quite a bargain at the moment with that. So please help me out. I do need helping out, and that would be greatly appreciated. As I say, you can enter from anywhere in the world if you want to enter this competition, and I'll post to any country. Please bear in mind that the book is only in English at this present time. Whether it gets translated into other languages at future dates is unknown. At the moment, I've only got English copies, so it's all English, and it's British English as well, United Kingdom English. So that's that. Okay. So one thing I wanted to mention is I don't keep details of any data of any individuals, and when the competition is finished, all DMs will be deleted, and any information that's been provided will be deleted. Like if anyone needs to DM their address to it in order for me to send the book, I will be deleted. I don't keep or sell data personally. If you subscribe to my Substack, that's I don't have that data. Substack do, or Subscribe Star. That's with them. It's not with me. I don't keep any data, any personal data of any kind. Okay. Well, it's been another busy couple of days since Saturday on the gender ideology front, and so I'll start running through what's happened. So we've got more condemnation from Halifax and the silly pronoun saga, we'll call it pronoun gate. After the advert star Howard Brown has condemned them now, he's condemned Halifax, and I understand that more people have taken to social media. Well, they have, because I've seen it, and they've moved their account, the mortgage and money elsewhere, and the bad publicity for Halifax has been big. I've just seen again that the Attorney General has also condemned how they've dealt with it as well. It's really quite appalling what Halifax have done. But so, like I say, I won't be doing any more business with Halifax, where now or in the future they've pissed me off, and that's it. There we go. Moving on, okay, our next one is parents are becoming increasingly angry at schools and teachers for pushing a trans ideology on school, should I say, on children at school. I mean, basically, they're just telling people lies. It's an ideology which has been made up, and our teachers are telling this to little children. You know what I mean? And we're talking about 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds. Trans ideology has been pushed on all the children at school, and it is absolutely disgraceful. It needs to be stopped, and it's absolutely disgraceful. So I'm glad that finally parents are speaking up. I've been speaking out a long time about this. I will continue to speak out about this. Let's fight it together. Let's join together. Let's all join up, let's all connect, and let's fight it. I know there are a lot of people out there that are on the fence. They don't know what to do. We're seeing what's happened with the trans ideology. We're seeing what's happened with the trans activists. We're seeing what they're doing. Look, come on, get off that fence and come and join me. Join me in the fight to stop gender ideology in schools, in wrecking women's sports, wrecking our society as a whole. Please, get over to Gettr, follow me on Gettr, let's connect. That's what we need to do. So I've unfortunately been informed that David Paisley's harassment of Cherry Black continues, as he served papers on the day of her birthday and just a few weeks before her wedding. The timing of his actions seems designed to cause as much stress as possible. Cherry has previously reported David Paisley for harassment to the police. If you haven't heard about the story of Cherry Black, it's not the first time that David has tried to make allegations against her. She actually says that it might be why he's dropped his claim of harassment against her. And of the two of us, he's the only one who's been told by the police to back off. I'm not really sure what David Paisley is trying to achieve. I mean, I stand with Cherry Black. I always have done. I'm not sure what David's trying to achieve. I mean, this is appalling what he's doing. He's not going to achieve anything. That's the thing. He's just not achieving anything except causing, distress to Cherry, and more people are condemning him. I think he's going to have to start realizing that, you know, he's the one who's losing out of this, and he's the one who will lose out of this. You know, so I'm sorry, Cherry, that this is happening to you, but I stand with you. I always will do. And I think what you do, you know, is, you know, brilliant. I think you know, your connections to LGB Alliance in Ireland is brilliant. I think what you're doing is you're fighting for the right thing. You're on the right side of history. Great. You know, I'm a big fan of you, and, you know, carry on. We've got some moving on. Okay, we've got some good news on the toilet front. Okay, it's unbelievable what's happening in our society, that, you know, everything's becoming gender neutral, and trans activists are pushing it so that women can't have their own toilets. It's another reason why you really should get off that fence and come and join me, you know, and start fighting against this horrible, terrible, perverted gender ideology that is plaguing our society. So single-sex loos are to be a mandatory requirement in the United Kingdom on all new public buildings in the United Kingdom. I've just said that, the United Kingdom, twice, sorry, but they're going to be a mandatory requirement. So this includes all public buildings like schools, hospitals, entertainment venues. They've got to have a separate male and female lavatories. Cannot believe in 2020 that this is having to be pushed through Parliament. I cannot believe that this has got to be an order, you know, because, you know, trans activists want to tear down women's loos. Cannot believe this is happening. But I'm so glad that that this is this development has happened, because ministers will declare this week, and it's as I say, it's a move to rein in on the forced sharing of gender neutral facilities that trans activists are forcing on not just our women but our girls, you know, and I think that's what makes this disgusting. It's I mean Kemi Badenoch, who's spearheading these plans, has been warned that some children, namely, well, it's girls, are avoiding using the toilets at school because they've only got access to gender neutral toilets. It's you know, they've only got access to toilets where boys are in as well, and why is this being allowed to happen? It's absolutely disgraceful. But I'm very glad that this development's happened. You know, thanks to Kemi Badenoch. I really, you know, the Equalities Minister, I'm really grateful what she's done, and I think this you know, I think the whole thing that's happened is absolutely disgusting. I think that what trans activists are doing to our schoolgirls is perverted. It is disgusting. But again, at least, you know, at least the tide is turning. Great, the tide's turning. Now, I just noticed Amy. Hello, Amy. Thank you. I hope you are well too. Thanks for joining me again. Yep, really do appreciate you being on. It really does help the show. It really does help me out. And so, have you got anything that you're eating today? Today, Bette Midler tweeted this. Go on, because I'm very, very interested. I like Bette Midler, actually. Yeah, I did like her. But I've got my water. I'm having water, and I have my sausage and onion sandwich. Basically, sausage and onion and tomato sandwich earlier. So yeah. What did she tweet? So I'll wait. I will. Okay. And even people with vaginas, don't let them erase you. Every human on earth owes you. And even people with vaginas, yeah. Don't let them erase you. Every human on earth owes you. Now, as you know, I'm locked out of Twitter, so I'm gathering that that's good what she said. And even people, no, it's not really, is it? She should have said women. Yeah, that's don't let them erase you. Every human on earth owes you. I don't know which way to take that. That's two-part in there. That's two-part there. Yeah. Well, in one respect, don't let women erase you. Yeah, I mean, that's don't let them erase you. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. People with vaginas. I think probably should have said adult human females. Yeah, because they're the only people, you know. Yeah, but yeah, okay. Well, I used to like, or still do like, look at the previous message I sent. That's two part. I'm only seeing one, so I'm saying today. Bette Midler tweeted this, and even people with vagina don't let them erase you. Every human on earth owes you. Yeah, they do. Look at the previous message I sent. Can't see a previous message. It's two part there. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I can't see the previous message, I don't think. Okay. Never mind. Yeah. I'm going to move on from this just slightly. Just to say that I saw a very odd article from Wales Online titled Transphobic Public Toilet Policy to be announced this week. So a transphobic public toilet policy to be announced this week, which is what I've just been talking about. I mean, doesn't Wales Online really care about what forcing boys to share vulnerable girls' toilets is really doing to these girls' well-being? I mean, I don't get why a newspaper would come out with that, and it's I really don't understand why. I mean, let me know, Wales Online, why you think that it's all right for boys to share toilets with girls so that girls can't go to the toilet and they're not going to the toilet. I really think what's happening to these vulnerable girls is absolutely disgusting. And I'm so glad that we've brought in a policy where we've now got men and women's toilets. It's, all new builds will have male and female toilets. I think that's good. So just going back to Amy, and even people with vaginas, don't let them erase you. Every human on earth owes you. Yeah, it's a kind of two-way thing. I don't know which way to take it, Amy. It's great that they're saying that she said don't let them erase you, but would it not been better to say adult human females? I don't know, because I didn't see the tweet and I can't get on Twitter, so I don't know. Yeah, and even people with vaginas, can't you see the first part? No. No, I can't. All I can see is, and even people with vaginas, don't let them erase you. Every human on earth owes you. Let me see if I can get it somewhere else. See if I can see. I thought I'd be able to see all this, but I can't. So let me just. Oh, I've got the wrong one. I'm just going into my right. Okie dokie. Thought I would be able to see it all, but obviously not. Right, I can't see the first part at all. No, all I can see is, and even people with vaginas, don't let them erase you. Every human on earth owes you. I can only see that, and I see it says today. Bette Midler tweeted this. That's all I can see. I can't see anything which is quite. No, that's all I can see. That's all. So maybe there's a problem that I can't see the whole message. I don't know, but I've gone into two places and I can't see it. So that's confused me. That, so no, I can't see the first part. So that's part of the problem on that, I think. So that's what the problem is, I think. Right. So moving on, we have the agony of more and more parents with kids in the gender cult. And this is increasing. So some parents are saying that teachers are affirming children's new transgender identities without consulting them at all. This is kind of really, really appalling. I mean, it's very concerning that teachers at school are transing your kids behind your back. I don't get. I just don't get what's happening. I don't. Why are schools being allowed to do this? Surely, I mean, there's already been a famous case in America where parents are horrified to find that their child was affirmed completely behind the backs. The case is current, and things like this across the Western world are not isolated cases anymore. In fact, it's happening on a much larger scale now. There's more and more cases coming to light. This is happening to more and more families. But why are teachers allowed to do this? They're affirming, you know a massive step of trying to change somebody's gender without telling the mum and dad. I mean, this is terrible. I mean, so again, if you're out there and you're on the fence and you're thinking, should I do this? Should I move? Should I, the fact of the matter is, come and join us. Come and join the gender critical. We're right. We're the ones who've been fighting. We're right. We're always right. You can see what the trans activists are doing. I can't believe that this is another thing that I keep reading about, where mums and dads are not knowing that the kids are being trans behind their back. It's terrible. It's just unacceptable. I don't know why society is allowing this. I don't know why, but unfortunately, unless we get more court cases to stop it, unless more people speak up, okay, it's not going to stop overnight. So basically what we've got to do is we've got to fight. We've got to put court cases together. We've got to stop. I cannot believe that teachers themselves are basically turning around and actually transing. They're transing our kids. I mean, are they being forced? Do teachers feel forced that they've got to trans kids behind the parents' back? I mean, let me know in the comments. Let me Gettr me. We can now DM on Gettr. So please do Gettr me, and let me know. Do you agree that you should be doing this deception behind parents' back? I mean, it's unbelievable. So I'm just going to give more details about my competition again. So I'll just bring this one in. So if you'd like to take part in the book competition to win one of 3 paperback copies of Brock Steele Sphere by me, Alex Bloodfire, all you have to do is DM me on Gettr, the new DM service which came out today, and answer the following question. What is 007's name? This is the British secret agent working for MI6, the character written by Ian Flemming, who appeared in 25 movies, which included Russia with Love, Dr. No, Goldfinger, You Only Live Twice, and Moonraker. So all you have to do is name the character 007 and just DM me on Gettr and with the name, okay? And what I will do is on the 31st of July, I will stick them all in a hat at midnight, okay? And I'll do it at midnight. I will then get pick 3 names out at random, and a copy of this will be on your way. So the competition will end at the end of the month, and there's 3 copies up for grabs. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, I will mail it out anywhere in the world. The actual book is only written in English, though, so please bear that in mind. It is just English language, British English, UK English, okay? And that is yeah, there we go. So Amy, you said that you've emailed. Let me check my emails then. Let me just pop into my emails and have a look at what this email of what Bette Midler has said, should I say. Right, let's have a look. All right, okay, so I'm opening it now. So, right, I'm seeing the whole tweet. So I'll read the whole tweet now. She said, "Women of the world." Oh, that's it. Yeah, no, this is now my Bette Midler. Yeah, we have been stripped of our rights over our bodies, our lives, and even our name. They don't call us women anymore. They call us birthing people or menstruators, and even people with vaginas. Don't let them erase you. Every human on earth owes you. That is absolutely fantastic from Bette Midler. Yeah, Bette Midler, my hero. Yeah, what a brilliant woman. I think she's a great comedian. I've liked her all along. But yeah, that is a real, she's absolutely right. So, anyone out there who knows who Bette Midler is, this is your star telling you like it is. This is your, your celebrity telling it exactly like it is. They really are stripping women of their rights. They're stripping you of your spaces. They're stripping you of your toilets. We can see that. They're stripping you of your children. Okay, I mean, even behind people's backs, they're transing children behind women and parents back. They really are. This is really happening, and this is why I'm sat here fighting. This is why I've been fighting for several years now. 2.5 years, I think I've been fighting when I jumped on it. This is exactly the reason. You know, that's absolutely one of the best tweets I've seen today. It's fantastic. Thank you, Bette Midler. You know, thank you for putting out a tweet which is telling the truth. It's really so I'll just look at this comment again. So from Amy, it says, and Macy Gray said on Talk TV, formerly Talk Radio, has it got, oh, it changed names. I didn't know it changed names actually, but just because you go to change your parts doesn't make you a woman. Sorry, no, it doesn't. Then that's absolutely right. It doesn't make you a woman. You know, and I think stealing that word is unforgivable. It's not right, and we need to do something about it. We need to fight. And I keep saying to people out there, please, you know, don't sit silent, because if you do sit silent, you will lose your rights. You know, like we have done up to yet. So yeah, but that's another good tweet. But yeah, I think there's more and more people fighting, and I'm seeing more and more celebrities speaking out about gender ideology. I'm seeing more and more politicians speaking out about gender ideology. It is happening. You know, the tide is turning, but we are not there yet. There is a long way to go, and we need to fight. Yeah, that's that, right. So where are we now? I've lost where I am now. Forgotten where I am. I'm interested to learn that this is a right. Okay. Yep. So yeah, I'm really glad that you showed me those tweets, Amy, because it's made me really happy to think that there are more and more people that are standing up to this nonsense, and people like Bette Midler and Macy Gray is you know, brilliant. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to move on to say that J.K. Rowling, our great writer, novelist, and the United Kingdom's gem, is the police are investigating death threats made towards her after a trans activist has urged Twitter users to send a bomb to the author's home. I mean, are you still supporting trans activists after this? This is what trans activists are doing. Okay, you know, why would anybody support a trans activist? You know, don't support the trans activists. Jump over and fight against these horrible, vicious trans activists that are destroying women's sports, destroying children's education, and destroying single-sex spaces. And then they're destroying LGBT rights as well. LGB rights. They're destroying their rights too. Come away from trans activism. You know, it's not the way forward. They're not on the right side of history. Nobody is going to give up their women's toilets. Nobody's going to give up the women's rights. Nobody's going to give up the women's sports, because more and more people are going to speak out, because I'm going to get them here and I'm going to stop them. So that's the yeah. So as always, I always stand with J.K. Rowling. She's put up with so much abuse, and actually J.K. Rowling has done absolutely nothing wrong at all. You know, I mean, it's unbelievable. But yeah, so that's I hope the police do manage to prosecute this person, because I've also reported a death threat to the police, and the police, you know, so-called supposedly, should I say, investigating a death threat made against me. That's been reported to the police. I've reported to the police. I've heard nothing up to yet. So I'm still waiting on my death threat. And somebody's given me a death threat because I don't, you know, I'm fighting against trans ideology, and they, you know, have done that. And it's just disgraceful. It really is a shame what our world has turned into because of these people. But, you know, I think you know, with a bit of push, we are fighting back, but there is a long way to go. Just a big reminder that trans people are not an oppressed minority. They really do enjoy exactly the same rights as the rest of us. Okay, and a massive thanks for the brilliant article by the great Jo Bartosz. I hope I've pronounced that right, and I think I have. She wrote an article in Spiked Online. I think that was either today or yesterday. I've just seen it today anyway. She explained exactly that, because it is right. Trans people have got the rights they want. Do you know what I mean? But they now want to come across, and I'm not talking about trans people in general. I'm talking about a new trans lobby that want to come along and destroy everybody's rights. We need to fight against that. So Yeah, there we go on that. So we've got brilliant news for women's sports of the female variety coming up. Nadine Dorries, okay, Dorries, should I say, the Secretary of State for Digital, Cultural, Media and Sport, and a great author, apparently, I understand, has threatened to cut funding from sports that fail to take action to stop male-born athletes, however they identify, from competing against females. You know, this is so that means that not Nadine Dorries has thankfully taken a she's basically taken a stance, you know what I mean, to stop males being given a platform to cheat. Nadine Dorries is brilliant. I'm a big fan of Nadine Dorries. Thank you, Nadine. Really appreciate what you've done, and I think a lot of people out there do. You know, some women and girls spend their lives training for their dream, and males come along and rob them of their dreams. And these males who do this are gutless cowards. They really are. Biologically born males don't belong in female sports in any circumstances, and they need to be stopped. Female sports belongs to female people only, and that's not of the male variety. It's nice to see, as I say, it's nice to see the tide is starting to turn in women's sports, and males are finally being stopped. But okay, we've got a long way to go. There's still a big fight up there. There are still a lot of trans activists out there that are out to destroy women's sports. They're not out there to help women. They're not out there to improve sports. They are out there to destroy women's sports. That's the only reason they're out there. There's no other reason why somebody would want to push males, biologically born males, in women's sports so that they win, because it's obviously going to win because they've got a clear advantage, and steal the males, steal the medals, should I say. No way. It needs to stop completely. And I think this is a start. Nadine Dorries has made it a start, so really good to that. I'll drink to that. I know it's only water, but there we go. Moving on, okay. Most oppose biologically born males, that's trans women, they call themselves, competing in female sports in a latest Sunday Independent Ireland poll, or should I say, it's been revealed in the latest Sunday Independent in Ireland. We know, yeah, that's great. So what I'm really happy about is finally people in Ireland are using common sense and saying, yeah, males shouldn't be in female sport, you know, however they identify. And they finally, you know, because I know that Ireland has been very much captured by gender ideology, and it's nice to see that the Irish, you know, are using the common sense and stating, no, it's just not fair. It's yeah, that's great. And so I'd like to give a message to Ireland to remove all biologically born males, that's trans women, out of Irish sports. Males do not belong in female Irish sports. So that's what I want to. So that's a message to Ireland. Can you please move all the cheating, they, you know, whether it's the males that are cheating, or whether it's because they're given a platform to cheat, okay, it is cheating. Okay, if you put a male in female sports, it's not fair. They've got a biological advantage, and it is cheating. They need to be removed out of sports completely. That's good. Okay, moving on to even more news. We've got some quite sad news, actually. I'm quite appalled about but I will explain. It's an NHS disability assessor has been sacked who was sacked by the Department for Work and Pensions for refusing to call a biologically born male a she, has taken his fight to the Court of Appeal. He has lost cases because I don't know why he's lost cases, to be quite honest, because he is in the right. I mean, you know, he's in the right here. I can see that he's in the right, and his beliefs are protected under the Equality Act. So it's a very, very, very odd one, and it's a very strange one. But anyway, Dr. David Cathereth, I think I've pronounced that name right, McCathereth, is insisting that compelled speech is being enforced by our NHS and our National Health Service, NHS. I mean, absolutely, it is, and he is right. It is. I agree with him totally. Nobody should be forced to call a biologically born male, however they identify, as she. It's not something that we should be forced to call somebody. You know, we shouldn't be, you know, affirming their identity. If they want to, you know, wear women's clothes, they want to change the gender ideology, their gender identity. Okay, it's not my problem. It's nobody else's problem. We shouldn't be forced, you know, out of politeness. People might want to, but we shouldn't be forced to do this. It's against my gender critical beliefs, and it's against his religious beliefs. And either his religious beliefs are protected under law or they're not. It's as simple as that. You know, he's right. You know, he says that God created humans male and female, and they can't change the genders. You know, that's it. His rights, his voice, his beliefs should be protected under the Equality Act. And if this is not the case, then we need to start moving other people's. Then let's get rid of the Equality Act completely. You know, if religious, you know, beliefs are protected under the Equality Act, he's using religious beliefs. Now, gender critical beliefs are protected under the Equality Act. You know what I mean? So I don't understand why this guy's losing. I don't know. People maybe explain in the comments. I don't know, but he shouldn't be losing. He shouldn't be losing this case. He is right. And that's it. Okay. Moving on, we'll move on to the next one. So we've got some more trans rights activists, these dangerous trans rights activists, that men basically, have attacked lesbians at a Dyke March. I believe this took place in Germany. I think I'm right. I didn't get the country entirely right, but I think it's Germany. So what's happened is that, you know, lesbians have gone out on this Dyke March and they've been attacked by trans activists who have said that they shouldn't be there. So it's very clear. It's been made very clear to them that lesbians and the AAX flag, the lesbian feminist flag, are not welcome on the Dyke March, and that's for them. So I'm just going to read this from Amy. So Amy says, this is what happens when Stonewall get their claws in the courts process. This is absolutely right. And this is right. It's absolutely right. Stonewall have been given, you know, they've been given that power to go into everywhere. They've gone into our governments, they've gone into education, they've gone everywhere, you know, courts, legal system, they're everywhere. And they've gone and twisted everything, you know, and they shouldn't have any right to do this. And I always keep saying to company, you know, lesbians, gay men, bisexuals, even trans people are walking away from Stonewall because they know the damage that they're inflicting on our society. So let's, you know, your organization needs to get away from Stonewall. Stonewall won't last. I'm very confident that Stonewall won't last their reputational damage. It will be we'd live in a very bad society if Stonewall survived all the reputational damage that they've created for themselves. But yeah, this is but as you say, Amy, this is exactly what happens when Stonewall gets their claws into the courts process. It's no longer as it should be, and you're absolutely right. It's very very concerning. So I'm just going to give another quick reminder. So I've got a book competition coming on today. Okay, so I'm giving out one of 3 books in a competition. Okay, and it's the Alex Bloodfire it's the Brock Steele Sphere, and it's by me, Alex Bloodfire. I'm just going to read you a little bit of the actual thing. So it says that Brock Steele knows his name and very little else. After a vicious attack in mysterious circumstances, Brock's memory has abandoned him. He has no idea why he's been hounded by a mysterious man with a gun, or why bad things keep happening to the people around, to the people he loves, and why have strange voices talking to him from the walls of his flat. When he's forced to go on the run to save his life, he has to decide who to trust, and making a mistake could be fatal. Can Brock find out who he is, why he's been haunted? Hunted, I always say haunted there, but it's hunted, why he's been hunted, and stay alive into the bargain. I've got these up for grabs. Okay, I've got three up for grabs, and all you have to do okay, is DM me, because on Gettr now we've got the new DM that's just come on today. All you have to do is DM me the name of 007. So what is 007's name? Okay, it's the Secret Service is a secret agent working for MI6. The character was written by Ian Flemming, and he appeared in 25 movies. So all you have to do is just DM me the name, 007's name. Gettr do have DMs now. Yes, Amy, they do, and it's cool and it's brilliant, and they brought them on today. I'm very, very excited, very, very happy that that has happened. Yep, so that's why I'm gonna launch my competition off that platform. I've got 3 up for grabs. Okay, just pop on Gettr. I'm Alex Bloodfire. DM me the name of 007. Okay, and yeah, there we go. But yes, Gettr have DMs, and it's quite exciting. They're having a party and everything over there. Balloons, you know, champagne, everything's been flying over at Gettr in the new because Gettr is actually 1 year old today as well. Gettr is 1 today, so yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to move on to say that children as young as 11 years old, including those with learning disabilities, have been bullied into and called transphobic in Scottish schools for questioning trans ideology. An organisation called Safeguarding Our Schools Scotland has said dozens of parents have raised concerns with them in recent months over pupils being ostracised, bullied, and branded transphobic. As we know, transgender ideology is nonsense, it's dangerous, and it's plaguing our school playgrounds. We all need to act to stop it. Children shouldn't be ostracised for telling people, you know, that they're for basically misgendering, for saying things. Children should have a right to question, and that's what's happening in Scottish schools. It's very, very sad. It's very, very deeply concerning what's happening in Scottish schools. You know, it needs to be sorted out and rectified. And the only way we're going to do it is if we fight, you know, trans activists, because these trans activists are not nice people. You know, I mean, what sort of a person would want to destroy, you know, women's rights? Well, trans activists, these are the sort of people that are doing it. What sort of a person would want to, you know, not allow girls to use the girls' toilets, and they've got to use the toilets with the boys? What sort of people would bring this in? And these are the sort of people that we're dealing with, you know. And now we've got children being told off and being transphobic for next to nothing. I mean, it's really, really deeply worrying, and worries me a great deal what's happening in our schools. But these trans activists are horrible. You know, this is what trans activists are. You know, women rights destroyers, you know, women's spaces destroyers. They're destroying everything for everybody. So unfortunately, that's what's happening in our schools. So, you know, in Scottish schools at the moment. I mean, imagine that if we don't stop it, and this will be happening, you know, across the West. It'll be happening in America. It's happening everywhere. We need to speak out. We need to stop this. It really is simple. It's not, you know, this is a big problem which we need to stop. Moving on. Okay, I've read everything I was gonna say today on that, so I'm going to move over again now to my Gettr account. I've got a couple of things on Gettr that I wanted to talk about today. Oh, what's I've just saw something from somebody said, don't women of the world. Okay, yeah, okay, that's something else, so I won't go into that. Yeah. So I'm on my Gettr profile now. Gettr again. If you want to join me on Gettr, I'm on Alex Bloodfire, and also I've got a couple more streams coming on. So I've got Wednesday's stream going on at 7 o'clock. That's on the 6th of July, and I've got Saturday on the 9th of July. Please join me. You know what I mean? Join me, have a chat. You know, we can basically, you know, talk, chat. I can tell you what's going off on the gender ideology front. I'm bringing you all the latest news, actions, and you know, various things and everything that I can. So, you know, please join me. Stay stay with me, and follow me. You can get all the details on Gettr. Please subscribe to my channel. Let's get this channel off the ground, and let's start speaking out even more. Okay, so moving on to the Gettr. So the Scottish transgender bill could be blocked by Westminster, and I said let's hope so, because this silly bill is a fail. It's a fail starter. I think what's happening is we don't want a two-tier system where you're recognised as a woman if you say you are in Scotland, but in England you're not going to be recognised. This is Suella Braverman is she's going to look into that, I think, and she with a bit of luck is going to rectify that problem. So she's going to try and block it. And our government, so Westminster as well, are going to try and block it, which is brilliant, because we really want a uniform policy, and we really don't want a situation where I can walk into Scotland and say, hey, I'm a woman, and that's it. Self-ID, it really is nonsense. It's silly. I cannot believe that in 2020 this is where we are. 2022 this is where we are. It's really, really bad. Okay, next one, we've got the Attorney General has slammed Halifax for flippant reply to customers over Transstunt. I think this has cost Halifax. I don't think that Halifax. I think this Transstunt that they've pulled, I think they're going to lose out on this, because it's not the people that have. There is a lot of people that have taken money out and swapped accounts. This will be an on thing. Like I've said, I'm not going to do any more business with Halifax. I think it's appalling. I really do, and I think it's deeply concerning. Another article that was in the Telegraph is how Nicola Sturgeon turned Scotland into a failed state. Yeah, she's really mucking Scotland up at the moment. She really is, and it's unlikely, that she's going to get a transgender bill in. If she does, it's going to upset a lot of Scottish people. It does need to be, we need to sort this out. Really, it's really, it's really, really bad. So what she's doing is really bad on the transgender front. It's just going to upset too many people, but oh well. So the next one, I think I've done that one. I think, so the biggest story that I've got, on from Gettr is the new DMs. So they're one today, celebrations all around. I don't know whether I'm going to go back on Twitter and just accept a violation on Twitter. I don't know yet. I think I may have to. They're not going to do that, even though they are wrongly accusing me of putting a photo up there. It's right. Let me just go to this. This is Oxford University advertising gender GP through the website Health Talk. That's very, very concerning, because she's currently suspended, and her husband, I believe, he's also suspended. I think he's been kicked off the medical register for life. I don't think he can ever get back on there. That's very concerning. But is it Oxford University? It's the most wokest university of all of them. That's appalling. That is absolutely appalling. Again, this is what trans activists are pushing. They're pushing stupid things like this. You've got a doctor that's been kicked off the medical register, probably for life. I think he has been kicked off for life. You've got somebody who's been suspended because of what they're doing. It's pretty. It's gross what she's done. You know what I mean? And now Oxford University are advertising. It's shocking. Yeah, it is shocking what these people are getting away with. That's the thing. It is shocking. She was done back in, was it 2018 she was fined about 12,000 quid, or was it 20,000? I can't remember now, because it was on the last show. It's really bad. It's disgraceful, deeply concerning. But there's nothing. There's nothing we can do. I'll look into that, and I'll make sure that I make a note of it on Gettr. I'll put it on Gettr if I can find it. That'd be really good. Yeah. So again, I'll give another mention. Basically, if you want to enter the competition of the Brock Steele competition, for one of 3 paperbacks, all you need to do is tell me the name of the character 007. I just want his name, and all you have to do is DM my Gettr. Okay, I'm Alex Bloodfire. The link is below, and all you need to do is, yeah, as I say, let me know who 007 is, and I will pick names out of a hat on the 31st of July at midnight. I'll stick all the names in the hat and randomly pick 3 out, and you could be, getting a book. I'll deliver anywhere in the world, so wherever in the world you can enter, it's open to anybody. And yeah, so that's it. So that's a competition. Okay, so what was that? Wanted to look at something else. Let me just see if I can find something else to right. Yeah, no, there was something else that I was going to try and let me see. Right. So there was one thing that came up that Theresa May is calling for a ban on transgender conversion practices. Really like to know what she's actually, where she's coming from and what she actually means on the transgender conversion practice, because it had or has still been taken out of the LGB conversion therapy practices, to be banned. And it's been taken out because a lot of people have shown a lot of flaws in the so-called transgender conversion ban. So I don't know where Theresa May is coming from on that. I don't know whether she's just doing it to annoy Boris or whether she's got genuine reasons. I mean, I don't understand why she'd want to say this, but I think there's too many concerns about the transgender ban. If somebody says, "Oh, I'm a different gender," I mean, I think it needs exploring, and that's what a lot of detransitioners who are speaking out have said, that they just didn't have that opportunity to discuss, you know, being in the wrong gender, to discuss the gender dysphoria. They receive the pills, literally after 2 sessions, they're puberty blockers, then cross-sex hormones, and then they were just breast amputated or whatever. They never got that opportunity. And I really do think that, this transgender conversion therapy ban that Teresa's talking about, I don't know where she's coming from. And I think that it's very sad, really, that she's, had to say that that she's calling for the ban. I mean, how can we implement a ban by arguing or not being able to discuss somebody's gender that they're born in? I just think it's really, really silly. But oh well, that's that. It's yeah. I mean, that's yeah. And then I've got some more on this this skateboarder, Ricky Trez, who's 29 years old. I mean, he's trying to say he didn't have an advantage. He's playing against 13-year-old girls. You know what I mean? That's an advantage in itself. There is an age difference, but he's also a biological man, or biologically born male. And he can't change that. And he's trying to argue that he's fine. Not really, not fine at all. It's just, no, absolutely not. Biologically, males do not belong in female sports. And there was a bit of an age difference as well. I do agree. I do agree with that, but I still don't agree that males should be in female sports at all. So, and he actually has said, I think, and I quote, "I won't go easy just because they're kids." What I mean, what is wrong with these people? I mean, it's, this is trans activism in the making. So if you're out there, you know what I mean, and you're thinking, you're on the fence and you're thinking, look, I really should, join one party, I really should, speak out, jump down to here. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable you know, what these trans activists are doing. They are not nice people. Nice people don't do this to women. Nice people don't destroy or try to destroy LGBT rights. Nice people don't do this to our children. They are not nice people. If you're supporting trans activism, you're on the wrong side. Okay, trans people have got all the rights they need. They've got just the same rights as everybody else. Okay, they don't need, you know, to destroy women's sports. They don't need to destroy women's spaces. Okay, they don't need to do that. So please, you know, come over, join me. You know, subscribe to my channel, like my Gettr, you know, and I'll give you all the stories. And please speak out. If you can't speak out, then support the people that do speak out. We really do need to change this. We need to change the way that these trans activists have changed. We've all been asleep while they've tried to destroy our society. You know, they're destroying children's educations by forcing an ideology in, which is lies. It's an ideology which is completely based on lies. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, I think that's about all I've got to say for this session. So thank you everybody out there for joining me. I know there are people that have popped in and out, and you know, and there'll be future people watching this. So I really do appreciate you know, you watching this channel. I really do appreciate you making this channel what it is. I'll give one last pop at the book because I have run out of everything else to say at the moment. There's nothing else I've got. But if you want to win a copy of the Brock Steele Sphere, all you need to do is I've got 3 copies to give away in a competition. All you need to do is give me the name of 007. So what you need to do is just DM me the name of 007. That's the British Secret Service for the British Secret Service agent working for MI16, and the character was written by Ian Flemming and appeared in 25 movies such as Russia with Love, Doctor No, Goldfinger, You Only Live Twice, and Moonraker. All you need to do is just DM me the answer. I'll put your name in a hat on the 31st of July, and I'll pick 3 names out, contact you, and then you can have a copy of the book. So there we go, Brock Steele Sphere. Yeah, thank you, Amy, for joining me again. I really do appreciate you being on. It does help me out quite a lot when you know, when you're on the stream, so it helps. So yep, take care and speak soon. So that's all I've got for today. So I'd just like to say bye everybody. Do that again. Bye everyone.